What up, everybody? It's PJ here, and I'm with the one, the only Excabandai.
What's up?
And then we already talked about the Packers ass whooping that got handed to them by the Lions back in Week 4. So we're going to just kind of recap the rest of the Week 4 games, talk a little bit about the Monday night game coming up against the Raiders, and hopefully I play Madden better than the Brewers did baseball in the postseason this year. So let's go. Buffalo. All right, we got the Bills. Got to actually go to the stadium last year. That was a fun pregame, but the game itself wasn't as good.
Yeah, I mean, we were more competitive than expected.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, it felt like a game that could have been won, and we just gave it up. Although I
Yeah,
still like that the stadium is actually dug into the ground, which made exiting the stadium really simple.
yeah, that
You don't have to
was.
do anything weird. You just walk straight out, and you're at ground level.
Yeah, I remember the Atlanta video. I said Atlanta's probably my favorite opposing stadium I've been to, but like this was number two if Atlanta's number one.
Better than Raymond James.
Yeah, Raymond James is tough. Like parking on that grass and having to walk. It seems like forever just to get to the stadium. And then there was that one time we went to that U.S. soccer game and I ended up ripping my pants trying to climb under some random fence.
Well, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I learned my lesson after last time. Don't wear pants.
He does wear pants, guys.
Do I do?
Sometimes.
I hit that juke so late that like I shook the guy by the time I actually had the juke go. But anyways, week 4. So started out with the London game with Atlanta and Jacksonville. Did you get to watch any of that game?
I watched a little bit of it at the end.
Yeah,
The Toy Story broadcast was unique, we
yeah,
should
dude.
say.
I got up like a little bit early for me on a Sunday, and as I'm playing with my kiddo and stuff, I was like, you know what? She likes Toy Story. I was like, I bet this broadcast would be kind of fun. And then I turned it on and get drug references by Booger McFarlane and stuff. But overall, there was a couple
That
technical.
screenplay did not work.
Not even a little bit. He just sat there and nobody decided to block. But yeah, overall, I liked the broadcast. It was a lot of fun, especially seeing Slinky Dog over there as the first down marker. I was way more excited about that than I should have been.
I like the Ridley touchdown in the
Yeah,
Toy Story broadcast. He doesn't even catch the ball.
yeah. Ooh. Took a pop, but first down, first down. Yeah, overall, like, that had to have been a tough game as an Atlanta fan. You watch Calvin Ridley come back for the first time against y'all and catch a touchdown pass. And then, I don't know what the hell Ritter was doing there in that second quarter. He threw that pick six and immediately followed it up with another interception. So suddenly it was like 17-0 going into halftime. Just,
Yeah. I think that the Lions broke him.
yeah,
But to be fair, though, Jacksonville does have a very good defensive front. And
yeah,
Atlanta does not have the best blocking offensive line. So they just feasted.
it was kind of like one of them weird feeling games where I was watching that game and I'm just like, dang, we should have beat Atlanta. My friend Rob that I went to the game with, he actually posted about like leaving Ritter in London. I think that's the first time I've hit a deep ball touchdown on this series.
Yeah. He was wide
Let's
open,
go, let's
and no one
go.
went back there with him.
But yeah, he was like, leave Ritter in London. And I messaged him. I was like, how the hell did we lose to y'all?
Because the only person on defense that showed up that day was Gary,
Yeah, that game's still sickening,
especially in
especially
the second
watching.
half.
Yeah, especially watching them to lose to like Jacksonville 23-7 and losing to Detroit 20-6. I'm like, Dang, we had a 12-point lead in that fourth quarter and blew it.
Yep. Our team needs to get tougher, as evidenced by the Lions physically beating us.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I mean, it was a weird game with that London game with them in Jacksonville, but
The London games are always weird.
yeah,
I don't know if it throws the players off because they're playing so much earlier, or if it's the turf because they're playing on a traditional soccer pitch. But there's very rarely been a London game that's seemed normal.
Yeah. I totally realized I forgot to make my adjustments.
What did you think of the Buffalo Miami game?
I didn't get to watch too much of that, but I was pretty excited for that game, thinking it was going to be relatively close. I think most people did. And then to see
Especially after
Buffalo,
that beatdown of Broncos by Miami.
yeah, and then to see 48-20 or something like that. I was like, what the heck is going on over there?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up, but hasn't Buffalo won like the last several games against Miami? Like, no matter how well Miami's playing, Buffalo wins anyway.
It feels like the majority of the time, but didn't Miami win the first game last year? So I want to say they beat them in a close game, and then by the time Buffalo got back around them, then they won the second one.
Well, I mean, I said usually.
Yeah, it feels like it's been more Buffalo recently.
Trying to see if I can look up the more recent stats. Yeah, since 2020, the Buffalo has won 7 of 8 games.
Okay.
And they won 12 of 8 in the 2010s. But they won the last 2 games. So from 2019, they're 9-1 against Miami.
Yeah, it's crazy. I knew Buffalo was ahead of Miami on these games. I didn't realize it was that lopsided though.
Yeah. And the last time that the Dolphins, I guess you want to say, won the series, they swept the Bills, was in 2016.
Dang. Yeah, it's been a little
But
minute then.
the Bills have swept them 4 times since.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though. Miami struggled there for a little bit until they got Tua and Tyreek going together. So.
Oh no, it's totally understandable, but I know at least since was it 2021 or 2020, the Dolphins had a pretty good into the season stretch. And Bills still won anyway.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. For whatever reason, the Bills just have the Miami Dolphins number right now. And even the one win that they have had since 2019 was 21-19. It was super close.
Yeah, that was the one I remembered off the top of my head where it was just.
It was the last regular season game of 2022. Actually, no, that's not how this is ordered. It's not how this is ordered. I thought it was going by first and second. It's going by who was the home team.
Gotcha. I was tripping. I was like, dang, I thought that was earlier in the season than Buffalo came back.
Yeah, so they they won the first matchup, and then the Bills won the second matchup, and then the Bills beat them again in the playoffs.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. The Dolphins do own the all-time head-to-head record.
Yeah, Dolphins were really good there for a long while.
Yeah, that was really built up in the 70s and 80s when the Dolphins went 31-9.
Damn.
Against the Bills.
Sounds like something that Green Bay's been doing against Chicago lately.
They didn't lose a single game to the Bills in the 1970s. They went 20-0.
Damn. I got cleared out by somebody at the last second.
See that. But yeah, I mean, after Miami thoroughly dismantled the Broncos, I didn't expect Buffalo to beat them by that much.
Yeah, I
Like I
figured.
expected a much closer than a 48-20 game.
Yeah, I know. But then the game that we had, I think it was Tampa and New Orleans down here to start with. I just remember that being kind of a snooze fest for a while. It ended up, I think Tampa won like 26-9. So, damn, I couldn't get
Bro, what
Campbell to
is you
turn.
doing?
I couldn't get Campbell to turn like I was expecting there, and it just ended up being completely off. But I don't know. But then I remember I was keeping tabs more on the Bears and Broncos, and I saw that one was like a 28-7 lead. And I was like, all right, well, good for the Bears, I guess. They finally got a win. I was like, Broncos are looking down bad, and then all of a sudden it was comeback season for the Broncos.
Yep, after that, after the Bears took the lead 28-7, it went touchdown, touchdown, fumble recovery for a touchdown,
Yeah,
interception, field goal, and that was the final 31-28 Broncos.
yeah. I saw the little clip from QB school about that the fumble touchdown, and they're basically talking about Fields not getting enough depth on his rollout, drop back, and stuff. Oh, I thought I broke one.
Yep, he essentially like did the fake, which wasn't a very convincing fake, and then immediately like spun around to throw, and the defender was just right there. It's
Yeah,
like I don't know if he didn't like read the defense before he snapped it, but from what I could see, it looked pretty obvious that that defensive back was going to blitz, and he just didn't feel it. So as soon as he turned around, it was over.
yeah.
If he had
So
just braced for the hit, then he wouldn't have fumbled. And then they got a little unlucky with the, as JTO Sullivan called it, the Tony Romo bounce right to the
yeah.
defender.
All right, let's see.
That didn't go well.
No, I didn't. I was looking up at Watson. I was like nervous about throwing that because it looked like they were cutting underneath.
And then you got plastered.
Yep.
I also thought it was amusing with the Vikings stating that they were going to clean up their turnovers. And then on their very first red zone drive, they threw a pick six.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I know they still
And to
won
top
that
it
game.
off, they had the touchdown. They got called back for holding. And the very next play got pick six.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, unfortunately, they actually still won that game, but
Yeah,
just
not good for us, but
yeah, the fact that they struggled against Carolina makes me at least feel better going into that game.
I have no expectations of us being good against anybody after that Lions demolishing. If I was any other team in the league, I'd be like, just play aggressive and you'll probably win.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle because they don't look physical on the lines, and I don't know. Over here trying to like figure out a formation here real quick. It's only got 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, we've already talked about the ass kicking, so I don't want to go too far in depth on it again. But ooh,
Jesus. Man had a family. Sorry, I'd like to apologize to Jordan Love for that.
yeah, we looked pretty apathetic in the trenches.
Yeah,
So we'll see
so
how we'll see how it comes with the Raiders, but I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
yeah, plan on talking about that more toward the second game on this. Hey, it didn't stop the clock. All right, I'm just gonna wait until 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Timeout.
Take some points, go into halftime, hopefully with a lead. Which means I'm gonna struggle kick this one to the left. Oh, you trying to ice me? Should be good.
Not really sure. I'm not really sure why people do that on Madden. Like, there's no extra pressure by you calling a timeout too.
I know the old Madden games, they actually had a kind of a cool feature. If you tried to ice the kicker, it actually messed up with your kicker's meter if they weren't clutch or something like that. Because I remember having to like deal with that occasionally.
That's annoying.
It did suck. I would miss almost every time because I could not get that meter to work. Let's see. This dude's been killing me with the rollout and trying to find somebody going over the middle. So
I'll stop it.
stop it. Get some help. I'm gonna play a little bit more safety on this one and hope for the best. He's running. Damn.
That felt like a late hit, but the game allowed it.
They owe it to me for not freaking charging them at all. Look how deep Savage is on this formation. Feels like a true center fielder.
And he actually ended up making the tackle.
That's what's up. I
So how did you feel about Dallas just absolutely demolishing the Patriots? I know this Patriots team doesn't look particularly good, but it's still surprising to see that Patriots team or any Bill Belichick team really get blown out.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that was like the worst loss of the Belichick era in New England. I know he's had a couple 31-pointers, so I've never went back.
It's the worst loss in his career as a starting or as a head coach.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, more credit to Dallas. They look scary at times, but I'm still shaking my head over how they lost to Arizona with Josh Dobbs at quarterback. Like, are they the team that destroyed the Giants by 40 and gave Belichick his worst loss as a head coach, or are they that team that just will slip up and have an inexcusable loss?
Any given Sunday, bro.
I know, but damn, that Arizona one was a bad loss.
I mean, it was.
It almost feels like how Green Bay was a few years back. Oh, jeez, I can't tackle for nothing.
It's a good thing you're not tackling.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can almost always pencil in Green Bay with the ridiculous, how could you lose this game? I mean, that's what got McCarthy fired.
Yeah. In fact, against Arizona.
Yeah. There was if he gets fired or if they lose, he's probably gone, but there's no way they lose this, right? And then we did.
I'll never forget when Green Bay lost that game. I was so aggravated. And I had to go to a work conference like right after that. So as I'm driving up there, I got settled at my hotel room and found out they got fired. And I was like, oh damn, they actually did it.
It was an interesting time.
Yeah, I felt terrible too because like McCarthy was a good coach, but it's.
Yeah, I mean he's clearly a good coach. You see what he's doing in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's not a bad team. They just happen to still have the same yips that McCarthy's Packers teams had.
Yeah.
Inexplicable losses, no explainable reason. And then the next week they'd utterly destroy whoever they play.
Yeah. But yeah, that Dallas game, I didn't really watch too much of that either because it was a blowout by the time I even got to it. I was more focused on the NASCAR race at that point, to be honest.
Uh-huh. You just need to put a spy on him.
Yeah,
he's not even running draw plays. He's just rolling out to outrun you because you're too slow to cover him.
Yeah. It's like I've been trying to find the damn quarterback spy in the dime formation on this playbook, and I still have yet to come across one. I know I could, I guess, technically adjust it, but...
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to do that because it messes up the whole defensive play.
Yeah.
By changing one person.
I'm just gonna send all out blitz, see what happens. It's like my famous last words.
Oh no! Anyway.
So anyways, I started blitzing.
I mean, I guess it technically worked.
We'll allow it. Alright.
Also, shout out to CMC getting me tons and tons of fantasy points this weekend.
Yeah, that was one of those fantasy football days for me where I had to watch Jamar Chase and Mixon not live up to projections and I lose by just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Actually, was that a loss or a close loss this week? I think that was the first time I got destroyed. Might be thinking of the week before.
Uno momento,
Oh yeah,
por favor.
I lost that one by 42.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, because that was shout out to Joe. He hasn't been on the channel yet, but that man was the Bears homer, even though he's a Colts fan. His dad's a Bears fan. That decided to put Fields and Justin or DJ Moore in our lineup, or his lineup, and pop off and basically kill my team.
I didn't think DJ Moore had. Did he have a good game?
Yeah, he
Or
had
is it just his best
28.1.
game so far? Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Bro.
That's annoying.
Bro.
Yeah, I need to work on tackling on defense. I'm used to
Yes,
playing
you
more offense positions.
Also, I find it kind of funny that you played Jordan Love over Dak Prescott.
And in the end, it didn't matter.
They totally destroyed New England, and Jordan Love still had more fantasy points.
Yeah, but .05.
Only by a smidgen, but it was more.
Yeah, and I need to like just let Dobbs cook in my damn fantasy lineup. He's been getting such good production, but I was like, oh man, Christian Watson's coming back. It's the Lions. Maybe this will be the week. And then he goes for 18.5 in our fantasy league. I was like, damn.
And to be fair, it would not have saved you this week.
It would not have, but I need to quit doubting him.
I mean, it seems like he's Love's number one, which makes sense. He's played every week. He's built up rapport with him.
Man, try to run the quarterback sneak.
Sneaky, sneaky, but not sneaky enough.
Biggest thing for me is if I can run down some clock quite a bit when I get this ball back, then just take the lead right at the end. Clearly, I can't play defense for nothing right now. What's that?
Dog barking in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Did it not pick it up?
No, not even a little bit for me.
Oh.
Hey, I finally made a tackle.
Yay! She was literally sitting 4 feet behind me, and she barked at something in the other room because it startled her.
Dude, that might end up. No, I heard her.
So, I guess since we're quarter of the way through the season.
Oh my God, he.
Ooh, absolute shank! What happened there?
It looked like Clemson's kicker against Florida State a couple weeks ago.
He was on the left hash, and he missed it by like 6 yards to the right. Ooh.
All right, let's see if I can run down some clock and get some points.
We're a quarter or so of the way through the season.
Yep.
Is there any team that seems like really be standing out to you at the moment?
Honestly, not too crazy. Like, granted, I haven't really paid as much attention to the AFC. So I know Buffalo had that bad Week 1 loss against the Jets with Rodgers going down, but since then they've played pretty solid.
You know what? Even with that 70 burger by the Dolphins,
yeah,
they've only scored 11 more points than the Bills.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that close, to be honest.
Yeah. And the Bills have a point differential of plus 84.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Holy crap. Yeah,
They've
so
only given up
Buffalo's
55 points.
Buffalo's
I
still
don't know the
probably
strength of
my.
their schedule. I don't know all the teams Buffalo's played. I don't have them memorized, but
I'll tell you
the
in a
teams that
second.
they've played, they have whooped up on, except for the
After,
one loss.
yeah. So after that Jets game, they destroyed the Raiders 38-10. They destroyed Washington 37-3, and then the Miami game happened where they won 48-20.
Yeah. So the Bills, at least based off of point differential, which is not really a great metric, um, but based off of point differential, it looks like the Bills are the best team in the league. The Cowboys are right there with them at plus 84. The only thing that confuses me about the Cowboys is how did they lose to Arizona? Like even the Bills losing to the Jets, it's like, well, how'd you lose to the Jets? Aaron Rodgers got hurt at the beginning. Their offense was dead. The Jets' defense is still really, really good,
It is.
as
Um,
evidenced by the game that they just played against the Chiefs.
yeah, that game was crazy too. Like,
It
I
was
think
17-0,
yeah, I
and
think
I was
all of
like,
us
oh, this
expect
game is over.
yeah, I think all of us expected Kansas City to win that game just going into it, and then 17-0. It's like,
I I
all right,
have I have Patrick Mahomes as my fantasy quarterback. I saw that the score was 17-0. I had been following it, and I was like, this game is over. So I don't even remember what I did. I turned the game off. I went to do something else. I checked fantasy, and it was 20-20. And I turned the game back on. I was like, what the hell happened here?
San Francisco PTSD from
Yeah.
all those playoff games recently.
And in the past, it's just PTSD.
Let me just think about the 90s Packers against the 49ers, and I'll be better.
Still some PTSD, but not quite as bad.
Yeah, it's basically the Rice fumbled game that nobody ever brings up. They always bring up, T.O.'s touchdown at the end.
Yep.
Alright, let's look at this setup. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised that the Jets played it so well with Rodgers in the house and stuff. I was laughing at Tom Grossi's, stream where they had the close-up contest versus Taylor Swift and Rodgers.
Yeah. Who would get more camera shots?
Yeah,
Didn't Taylor win like 10-7 or 11-7,
11,
something like that?
11-8 right at the end.
11-8. Yeah, I mean, Zach Wilson had probably his best game of his career, like stats wise.
Apparently, this dude likes to run the ball because I just looked down and I see he's already in goal line formation on the 2nd and 8.
I mean, if you had CMC in this offensive line, wouldn't you want to run?
I mean, I'd absolutely want to run. I wouldn't be doing a goal line formation.
Play?
Yeah.
No.
Man, still in goal line, but I'm going to go 3-4 because it's 3rd and 8. Oh my goodness, he actually ran it.
Wow.
I feel like he should punt, but it's bad and he won't. And I was right because there's a weak Z close coming in. Damn.
What you thinking about the New York Giants, or lack thereof?
Yeah, that Monday night game, what the hell? I didn't really get to watch any of that one. By the time I tuned in, Geno Smith was already out for Seattle, and it did not matter. They were just beating down the Giants. I saw Daniel Jones just not having a good day. His coach over there, he's mad.
How many times did he get sacked?
Oh, God. Let me see real quick.
10. He got sacked 10 times. He's been sacked 22 times in 4 games.
That's some, like, David Carr stuff right there.
It's worse. They said, I saw, I think it's 2 days ago, that the Giants were on pace to... How did he even gain anything on that?
No idea. Also, that's a nice 6 carries for 9 yards.
They said the Giants were on pace to give up over 100 sacks on the season. And I think the next worst team was like 86 sacks.
Oof.
That's the actual record right now.
Yeah.
86. Something like that.
So close. I should have had that.
This man has run 7 plays. And they were all runs.
He had the one pass, but yeah. Not a whole lot of throwing, and yet here we are. 8
I think
carries.
if the actual 49ers played like this, it would be very easy to beat. Goal line running every single play.
Pretty much. It's like I feel like I'm being set up for like a random play action deep ball at some point, like possibly
like
here.
This.
You know what? I couldn't even get the pass coverage adjusted when I saw the formation. So now I'm salty because I saw it and couldn't adjust quick enough.
It's going not goal line. He did run though. Actual CMC would be doing way better against our run defense than this guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Right,
9 carries for 11 yards? You mean he's averaging 11 yards?
Pretty much. What? I thought I had that picked.
Oh, I thought you had it.
It's like the longest drive in history. Takes up half the game. This feels sort of like that playoff game a few years ago where they just kept running. We couldn't stop it, except, you know, they're just cutting me 2 yards at a time.
Yep. Oof.
Still a negative carry, or at least no gain, but damn.
Yeah. You know, I didn't realize this, but Sam Howell has been sacked 24 times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, didn't realize that either.
I happened to pull up the stats, and it was like, sacked the most. Howell, 24. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't watched like any Washington game this year outside of the end of their game against missed extra point. Everybody's pushing everything to the right today, apparently.
You know, it's kind of funny. As I brought up his sack stats, he got sacked in the game right now against the Bears.
Speedle juicing. Oh, halfway through the second quarter, and I finally get to touch the ball on offense.
Well, maybe you should stop the run.
Yeah, that was a struggle bus. See if I can run the ball a little bit better than he did.
No.
I have to run it quicker if I do that. Can you imagine like a hurry up run in the game?
That'd be interesting. Ooh,
That man had a family.
like elbow to the face.
Like, it's like, well, it's 0 passing yards. I'm like, yeah, it's my first play.
So, since the Packers are playing the Raiders next on Monday Night Football, what do you think of the Raiders-Chargers game?
Khalil Mack, what up? 6 sacks. Honestly, it's hard to kind of judge that one as much because the Raiders have been a pretty decent like pass blocking team until that game, but they also didn't have Jimmy G, so it's how much of their struggles is starting a rookie quarterback. I don't even know what round he was drafted in or anything, but you know, he's getting sacked left and right. I think they gave up 7 total sacks with 6 of them to Mack. So, but the biggest thing is, you know, Adams getting hurt during that game. I know on today's practice, sheets and stuff, he still wasn't practicing yet, but still a little bit of time, and I still expect him to play. But yeah, it was crazy.
What I think is crazy is they sacked him 7 times, and the final score was 24-17, and the
Yeah,
Raiders
pretty
were
much.
clawing their way back. The Chargers were charging it,
Go
doing what
Charge,
they
go!
do. Like, I remember seeing a bunch of comments after the game about the Chargers head coach and them being upset about him. And I'm like, why are they so upset? Because I hadn't seen the final score at the time. And I thought that based off Mac having such a great game that they must have played really well. They did not. They got a big lead and then let the Raiders right back in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching bits and pieces of that game, but it seemed like every time I turned it on, it was another max sack, and I was like, all right, they should win this pretty decently, and then it got sketchy at the end. So, but I know as good as they've been running or pass blocking, their run game has been pretty terrible. So I'm liking our odds there on defense to try to at least have a better than normal run defense game.
Yeah, I
Like,
saw a thing earlier that was comparing our run defense and run offense and their run defense and run offense, and then they titled it "A stoppable object meets or a stoppable force meets a movable object."
was that the
It's
Acme
like,
Packing Company's thing?
it might have been. I don't remember the source.
Yeah, because I know they had something that was really similar, and it was like basically how they stack up, and it was a whole thing with the defense and the offense. But yeah, the Raiders' offense is like the second worst run team in the league so far, and that's going to be helpful for us because we're not the best run defense this year with 2 games already, 200 plus yards given up.
Yep, it's not bueno.
Oh no. Whoops. Like I said, everybody's pushing everything to the right.
Bro. And you're supposed to be a professional?
When the hell was I professional? I missed this sequence of my life.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, the one good thing here is he can't run the ball on me like crazy. And yet I see that cover or that formation, and I'm like, well, is he going to try though? He is. Preston Smith, how you doing?
How you doing?
Alright then. You know what? If somebody told me that the Packers legitimately would stop McCaffrey for, less than 2 yards per carry in a game, I would be pretty okay with that.
Yeah. And very surprised.
Yeah, it's like that time that we faced Tennessee, and everybody's like, "Oh man, Derrick Henry's going to kill us," and then it was the AJ Dillon breakout game. I missed
Yeah,
that.
and on top of that, we stopped Henry. It wasn't just A.J. Dillon had a great game. The defense also had a great game. Why can't we have that run defense every week, Joe Barry?
Yeah, it's not like we invested all that first round draft pick capital on our defense.
Not at all. So
But yeah,
the
going back.
offensive rankings for rushing, the Raiders are 32nd in 65 rushing yards per game. We are ranked 30th at 74.5 rushing yards per game.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. And
But
our rush defenses are essentially the inverse. We're both ranked in like the top 28 to 32nd range in run defense. So theoretically, our team should have good rushing against each other, but they could also have poor rushing. I know that part of what hurts us is Aaron Jones was out for
yeah,
essentially 2.5 games. Actually, I mean, realistically, 3, because he didn't play the last quarter and a half of the Bears game, didn't play at all the next 2 weeks, and then only had, was it 6 or 7 total touches with 5 carries in the Lions game?
yeah, it was like six touches, 5 carries, or something like that against the Lions,
Yeah.
and I just remember like still being aggravated that they didn't get him the ball until we were already down 3 touchdowns. But you know,
I can understand, he was on a snap count because he's recovering from the injury, but why did A.J. Dillon only get 5 carries? He was
yeah,
healthy. Like, even if he's not being effective, why only 5?
yeah, it was just all around terrible game.
Yeah.
But
So, like, I understand that hurts our runs per game because we don't have our best. That was interesting.
yeah, I
And then he
cannot
hit
believe that.
sticked you.
I cannot
Um,
believe that got positive yardage out of that.
I was like, oh, he's gonna get tackled for a 1 yard gain, and he's gone.
It's like, oh, pulled a sneaky on you.
I
Yeah,
haven't looked at our uh, injury chart for practices. Do you know anything about Jair's status? Like, has
yeah. Hold
he
up.
been
I
trending
actually
towards practicing?
actually had this pulled up earlier today. Musgrave came back uh, with from concussion protocol. Valentine was back today, and then limited was Jair, Jenkins, Aaron Jones, Stokes, Zach Tom, and Watson. Uh, and then non-participants were Zane Anderson. Let me get this play off real quick. He has given me all the underneath routes.
I see that.
Anderson, Campbell, who's not
7 for
expected back
7,
until
77 yards.
yep. Campbell, who's not expected back until after the bye week. Uh, Rudy Ford and Runyon.
Wait, what happened to Ford?
Apparently, he popped up with an oblique injury, um, which I'm not sure exactly where that came from, but he popped up on the list for not being in practice today.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him an off tackle just to show that play.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Runyon is uh, out of practice because he had a pretty bad ankle roll.
Yeah,
He did finish the game against the Lions, so I expect him to play against the Raiders. But, I guess we'll find out as we get closer to the actual game time. Everything's a little delayed since it's a Monday night game.
yeah. All right, big 3rd and 2 in this one. I'm gonna set up for an inside zone run and then see where we're at. It seems like every time I get to 3rd down, I decide to do a pass or some sort of short play, so change it up a little bit here. Hey,
Hey, it worked. Nice play.
And thank you. And now take us to the fourth quarter. But yeah, what I'm excited about more than anything in our game against the Raiders is just seeing if our passing offense gets a little bit better. Because I pulled that up earlier. Let me get it back up real quick. Yeah, according to the Acme Packing Company article that I was referencing earlier, the Packers are pretty good on the pass games, while the Raiders have the fourth worst pass defense in the league. Their starting cornerbacks, Marcus Peters and their rookie cornerback Bennett, they've both allowed over 200, or it says both of them have allowed over 200 yards in the air so far this season. Both of them have over 100 quarterback rating against them, and an 80% completion percentage with 12.4 yards per target. So the big worry would have been Max Crosby, but Chandler Jones is out of the picture, so you would hope that, we could actually block one guy.
Yeah, you hope so. And I don't think that person will cause quite as much havoc as Hutchinson did against us.
Yeah. Like, Crosby's pretty good, but ideally,
I mean, I know that he's good, but he's not wrecking games like Hutchinson has been all season for the Lions.
Yeah. Ideally, for me, I would hope that with Jones and Watson seemingly on track to not be on as limited of a snap count, that we could actually.
Well, we got like that mini bye between the Lions game and now having a Monday night game, so you would think they would be much more along.
Yeah. All right. 4th and 2. I couldn't stop the run to save my life earlier in the game, and I don't want him getting downfield without time. I'm going to go for it and try to bury him deep if
That's
if
fair.
I don't get the points.
It's kind of like you either get a first down or they're all the way at the end of the field.
Yeah, so I'm going to go empty stick here. Real life, I would probably actually kick this field goal, and I'd also make a joke about what the score would be. But let's see what we get here. Uh-oh.
That's not what you want.
Nope. I thought I threw that quick enough, and then it was just nope. So the exact opposite of what I just wanted there.
Yep. With the field position they got, you might as well have kicked the field goal.
Yep. Damn. I had my linebackers get tripped up in the backfield, or over, not in the backfield, in the middle of the field.
Well, it's pretty obvious that the Packers need to play better, more physically. Hopefully, Jordan Love will get the passing offense on target. Hopefully, Matt LaFleur will call more runs because you can't have 10 expected carries and expect to do well. And hopefully the defense learns how to stop the run, even if it is against an offense who's struggling to run. So, do you have a prediction?
I'm thinking Green Bay wins this game. It's kind of hard to say because I don't know what Adam's status is and everything, how good they'll be, but I'm going to say Green Bay wins by 2 scores. I'm leaning toward like a 28-17 type of game.
Okay.
And then I think as a team on defense, we'll get 3 sacks. Like, okay. The Raiders have been pretty good pass blocking, but I think we'll end up forcing them to kind of have to play from behind, and they'll open up some chances late. So
okay, that's fair.
Campbell, why are you so slow? I'm over here hitting dive and he's not diving.
Well, at least he scored the touchdown instead of trying to run out the clock, so it still gives you an opportunity.
Yeah, maybe he'll miss an extra point again.
He
Hey!
did. All right.
Nope.
Well, I guess I'll give my prediction,
Yeah,
and I'm feeling a little bullish. I think the final's going to be something closer to like 30-14
I'd like it.
Packers. I just, uh, I'm hoping that after this long layoff, that ass whooping by the Lions that they've had to live with for a week and a half will resonate with them coming out ready to kick ass.
Yeah, I'm hoping that for once we actually get a quick start on offense too. Like, I'd be fine with opening up with just Aaron Jones getting off.
Yeah, kind of like the Bears game.
Yep.
Well, since it is Thursday night as we record this, do you have any thoughts on the way the Bears Commanders game is going right now? Current score is 30-14. Bears are leading.
You know what? Shout out to the Bears for actually making a good performance. I don't know if they'll hold on, unlike last week. How late in
Yeah,
that game is it?
they just started the fourth quarter, so there's 13 minutes or so left.
So unlikely that they blow this one. So that should be their first win of the new year. So pretty good game to do it too with Dick Butkus passing today. Nice little, you know, nice little moment for them despite
Yeah,
the hard times.
little bit of a memory to their former legend.
Yeah. Plus, it gets them a little bit closer to not being in that first overall draft pick, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that works for us. Maybe not for their fans.
Man,
Yeah,
16 seconds. I gotta get to the end zone on this. Still got 2 timeouts though, so. It would not let me take over Dobbs at the end.
I was like, I think Dobbs will be open, and then I saw the way it was developing, and I was like, in my mind, going, "Don't throw to Dobbs." And then I
Yeah.
watched the animation, and I was like, "No, he's doing it."
Yeah, I saw it late. I tried to go back to Dobbs and try to just stop his route and undercut it, and it never gave me Dobbs. So that
Well,
sucked.
game over. Unless he does
Yeah,
something weird and you get a fumble recovery.
wouldn't that be nice?
It would be,
Man,
but it's unlikely.
yeah. I don't know what that was,
That
but
was interesting.
is he just going to try to give me a safety or something?
I don't know, but that's kind of a dangerous play to run back with a quarterback.
Yeah, because I'm
Much more
legitimately
likely to
just
force a fumble.
should probably, put on strip ball.
Kinky.
Damn. Just did 60 base. Hope for the best.
One second left.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get the stop here. He didn't even go for a strip. Well. What else is new other than the 49ers beating the Packers?
Yeah. It's like same old, same old.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I cannot accept losing to the 49ers. This is my last game for the week. So just got done eating some cheese curds, and let's get game 3. Finish with a win. At the very least, let's not lose to the 49ers again.
Let's go. You can do it. I believe in you.
That makes one of us.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yep. Who we got? Oh, my home team. That's positive. And Dallas. So yeah, I definitely can't lose this one. Let's go middle. Real challenge is watching me try to get out past the 25 on these kickoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it always seem like when I face Dallas, I get a green versus blue matchup?
I don't know. Except for one time you had white on white.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Actually, let's do... I'm gonna start off with play action, see how he responds to it. Well,
didn't bother him.
nope, not even a little bit. So that's tough. He sent a DB blitz right out at the start. Alright. Dubs. Good God, he destroyed Walker over there. Might have an arm punt here.
Arm punt. Almost.
Yep. Kind of got a punt way too deep in my own territory. The Irishman.
I hate it when it does that.
Yeah, you saw that
characters too. And gives you the one that's backwards.
Alright. 2 tight ends, 3 wide receivers. I'm going to go with a dime package to start. Not bad, not bad.
Meeting at the quarterback.
Screen.
It's a circle button university to nobody.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I thought the computer would just get a better job wrapping them up, and they didn't. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, I'm missing. And then Wyatt comes out of nowhere for cleanup. Blah. I was surprised he didn't take a shot deep to the right. It's basically a 2v1.
Yeah. Worked out in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, I'll gladly take it, but still surprising. Picked.
Nice.
Let's go. Campbell,
It was hard
what
to
up?
tell at first if they actually caught it or not because
Yeah, dude.
his tight end dove in front of you right as the catch happened.
I saw that. I was like, oh, okay. Alright, so I'm running behind the guard here, run in. I'll take 6-yard carry. Already better than anything on my last drive.
That's true.
Do some more inside zone. Got the numbers, 7v7. Juked right into the tackle. Let's go. Weak. I'm going to do the Z curl so that way he doesn't start zoning in on the run now. I was past the line of scrimmage.
The game will let you throw when you pass the line of scrimmage?
Yep. Damn.
Well, what'd you throw it for?
Try to get it quicker, but I realized that as I was doing it, I was like, yep, too far. Shoot.
Don't squander that turnover, boy.
I'll try not to. No guarantees. I'm going to do the Ohio double dig.
Ah.
Fake punt. Let's see how the Irishman does. No, I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to try to bury him. I think I probably put it a little bit too far in. Nope, perfect.
Not bad at all.
I will gladly take that all day. And then naturally he gets a huge carry for 11.
Naturally.
Rage.
Rage.
Okay then. Decent enough on defense the first quarter. Terrible on offense. One total yard.
Yes, no bueno. No bueno at all.
Could have been worse. I'm only annoyed. RKO out of nowhere. I'm only annoyed because I beat the left tackle, but then he turned and I ended up running right back into him.
Fail.
Yes.
What?
Campbell again.
What an interception.
It was. Woo. Just like we drew it up. Stack them up to the left, run it back to the right. Let Jones cook. Yeah, it's still 4 yards. I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Here we go, set, red, 38. 22 needle. Ready,
go. Let Aaron Jones cook.
Bob and weave, boys. Bob and weave.
You hit him with a zig, and you hit him with a zag. I think that's a lot better than the 1 total yard on the first 2 drives, huh?
Yes.
It's still 5 total yards according to that. Ooh, he actually returned it. I thought I was going to pick number 3.
Same.
Blew up that screen. Unintentionally. I was just trying to get past the tackle and it ended up, the screen ran right into me. Nah.
Ah.
Woo!
Thought I was picked again.
I did too for a split second. I was like, yeah! Oh.
I like how he technically broke the tackle, but it meant literally nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think he'll be running, but we'll see.
Ah, Jason Witten special.
Pretty much. You need 8 yards, he will get you 8 1/4. You need 12 yards, he will get you 12 1/4. You need a win against the Packers, he will not get that for you though. Damn it. We let a tight end burn us like that?
I blame your camera angle.
That sucked. Is he going for 2?
Why not?
He is. Bold strategy cut. Let's see if it pays off for him. Easy.
Easy peasy.
let's do this. Exactly the 25.
What?
Said exactly to the 25.
Ready, set.
Check 55, Mike. Here we go, here we go. 55, Mike.
Set, go.
Here we go, here we go.
Let's go. 62 blue. 62 blaster.
I chose a terrible formation.
Well, what would you do that for?
For the lulz, really.
Go now. 10 black. 12, 10. Set, cut.
Timeout number 1. Alright. I got a seam route on, but normally that gets covered pretty well. I usually have to hit underneath.
On the ready.
Check Mike 33. I'm coming after you. I'm coming
This
after
is
you.
cover 2, it looks like, though.
33.
Outside leverage on the outsides. Oh,
Go.
let's see. Yeah, that's right. Give me this. Jesus Christ. Parsons with the speed.
Here we go. Yellow, 43.
I got one, I got one. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Ultra. Go ultra. Ready, ready.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Ready. 32.
Thank you, thank you.
Alright, got the timeout. Not a bad drive to set up field goal attempt. Just gotta convert.
True.
Good. Alright, 10-8 lead going into halftime. That's a weird score, but I'll take it. Onside kick. That's something I didn't even think about until this kickoff. We're gonna have the Carlson brothers going off against each other at kicker this week.
Oh, that's true. Hopefully, there won't be much battling between the two of them.
Anders wins by knockout.
I mean, if that happened, I would be impressed.
I got you. Single, single, single slot, single slot. Check three, check three. Watch tight, tight as well.
Oh my god, I actually made an open field tackle.
Oh my god, he made a tackle. It's about time.
Only took, 5 videos. Is it 5? This is 4, ain't it? Took 4 videos.
No, this is the going into week 5 video.
Yeah, but I think the first video was after week 1, so week 1, 2, then we did 3 and 4 for the Packers together, and then this is 4.
Maybe. It's your channel. You should know this.
That's why I'm pretty sure it's 4. I'm not 100% sure which is bad.
That was interesting. You made a terrible play on defense, and he just ran out of bounds on his own.
Obviously a bot. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay then. Incomplete. I just chose the wrong play. See if I can switch out. Yeah, I'll do cover 3
Switch
sky.
out, switch out.
Fumble! Scoop! And hopefully a score. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's my first scoop and score on this edition of Madden.
That's what you want me to believe, isn't it? I don't believe you.
Believe.
PAT is good.
Made it a 2-score game too, which is a big deal.
The very big deal, Stu. Wait.
Stew? What are you talking about? Stew pickles? Yeah, no lie. Like, I know this is a Madden video and we're talking football and stuff. I hadn't thought about Rugrats in forever, and then all of a sudden, somebody said something about pickles earlier, and I made a dill pickles reference because of Tommy's little brother. I think Rugrats was one of my favorite like cartoons when I was super young. And then it was like I transitioned somehow from Rugrats to like Rocket Power and Ren and Stimpy and all that.
Uh-huh.
Simpler times. Nickelodeon was banning back then.
Yeah, I didn't have cable at home growing up, so the only time I got
Give
to
me
watch...
that.
Nice interception. Is this also to the house?
To the house!
Yeah.
No one on the corner have swagger like us. Swagger, swagger like
So was that
us. Swagger,
3
swagger
interceptions and a fumble recovery?
Yeah. You keep running the same crossing routes, eventually we're going to have to adjust to it.
That's true.
Come on, set. Rule 32. Set, cut. Cut, cut.
Easy.
Easy.
Honestly, that he hasn't played like terrible in this game. Just the turnovers are killing him. If I don't know when the last time he ran the ball was.
I don't know.
Like now he's in a position he needs to throw more and stuff, but
Yeah, you just don't really have much choice.
yeah. So if I was him, I'd start adjusting, trying to hit the middle of the field a little bit more. But until he actually does it, I'm not going to switch. You know, some of these crossing like busters.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Mike's 59. They were going to 53. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing wrong.
I kind of want to just be like intentional grounding. Again.
Oh my gosh, this is a slaughter.
I wasn't happy losing to the 49ers, obviously.
You took out all of your revenge on the Cowboys.
You know, we gave him props for in real life, but in this game, no. Except for the Arizona game. That was still bad.
Yeah.
Safety? What?
What do you mean, what?
What? I was looking downfield trying to like run down to try to get the tackle, and all of a sudden it's a safety, and I was like, what the hell happened? Put it in the human victory cigar.
Right here, right here. Talkin 19.
My juke got stuck on the dude. Did you see that dude, number 26, on the sideline for the Packers? It's supposed to be Savage, but like no jersey names or anything. It looks like the top of his like numbers cut off.
I did not happen to catch it. That play went nowhere.
No, but
This is such a bloodbath.
it is. Like, I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm just running the ball right this second.
I think I hurtled in the end zone.
All right.
Mike, check, 59. Stop your whining.
Took so long to get anybody moving forward to actually come after that.
Have you tried moving faster?
I tried. Felt like I was in molasses. Hello, Rashawn Gary. I'm not even changing plays at this point.
Nice.
I thought I had the pick. This feels like Favre back in the day in certain games.
That's fair.
That Rams playoff game with the 6 interceptions still lives in my memory as like one of the most depressing times as a teenager.
Ooh. They didn't have any shot of being completed.
Nope.
You hit him, and it went right to 7.
Just camped under it. 6 turnovers. Wow. Didn't realize I had Aaron Jones that close to 100 yards in this game. Almost put Love back in. Oh, don't stop me short by 2 yards.
Friendly quit.
Canceled their offer. What is going on here? Okay. I'm only salty that I missed 100 yards rushing by 2 yards. But
it is what it is. I mean, you got so many scores on defense.
I know I'm not even mad. So, yeah, sorry to that guy that I took all my aggression out on losing to the 49ers, but yeah, gotta win to end it, so that felt good.
Yeah.
So, any last words before week 5 kicks off, Zach?
Well, as we anticipated, the Bears did hold on to beat the Commanders on this lovely Thursday evening.
So, not ever happy about a Bears win, but congratulations to Bears fans. So,
congratulations.
But at least you're not going to be like the 0-16 Lions. So, who we have as their defensive coordinator. Still pain.
But, yeah, that's a thing.
Yep. But all right. Well, we will catch y'all next week. But in the meantime, go Pack, go! Beat the Raiders. They got his quick change, so we like a face. I'll just